All right, what it
Yeah.
do? Welcome to another edition of Live
Live on
on.
Sundays.
Man, it's all your gracious host, King Crowder, and my dog.
Your boy, where McCall at? How y'all doing tonight?
Man, it's another good edition, man. Good week. All the holidays in full swing, baby. It's been crazy, man. Man, Mike, what's been going on with you this week? Talk to the people, baby.
Man, not really, bro. Holidays was cool. You know, lonely and quiet. I had to work. It was just me and the famo. You know what I'm saying?
That's good, man. Same for me. No traveling this year, man. This is the first time, Mike, I never traveled for the holidays in about 5 years, man. It felt good not to do that.
Well, I
Usually I'm on.
traveled
Go ahead.
traveled a little bit just before the holidays. Went to go see my parents. My dad just had a hip surgery, and just make sure my man's was all right. That's
Well,
why
that's
I
what we
couldn't. That's why I couldn't be on here last Sunday. Y'all, audience, please forgive me. I would never try to miss another. This is my therapy. This is what I need. It didn't feel right not being with y'all on Sunday last week.
Well, man, you had your traveling wishes. We understand, man. Family is important. It's pop straight. Number
Pops
one.
is man,
Good.
that nigga cutting the step already, bro. I talked to my mom a little earlier today. So the progression is like you use a walker, use a cane, and then you on the third week you are supposed to be using nothing. My dad already not using the cane, bro. This is the second week. Nigga doing too much. I was like, come on, baby hip, you gotta chill.
Well, I'm just happy, man. He up and straight, man, because we don't think, man, health hits us all, Mike. It's scary to think about it, but man, you know what I'm saying? If you don't take care of yourself, or if you don't have insurance, Mike, we gotta preach that message. A lot of brothers
Oh
don't go to the
yeah.
doctor, man. A lot of us don't take advantage of the insurance. You know, a lot of us don't take advantage of stuff like that. So it's good that your pop was in a situation to handle that, man. But we gotta preach that message, man.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. It's kind of fearful to go to the doctor because of the mob mentality of the way they bill.
For sure.
Cause I myself, bro, I do have insurance and through the job and stuff. However,
Right.
it's still kind of like, you don't want to. I had a I'll give you an example. I had an emergency surgery. I had a
Mm-hmm.
hernia when me and you worked at Sherwin Williams together.
Mm-hmm.
I was out for a while. The insurance, I mean, paid a little bit, bro, but I still had a $75,000 bill in my name, and
That's
we had good insurance.
mm. No, I
So
understand. Yeah,
so
I
I would advise us to go to the doctor, but it's kind of I understand why us as black people are fearful. One, they
yeah.
don't treat us right. Two, misdiagnosis, and especially with our black women, they just think we're superheroes and they don't believe what we're saying. I know for a fact that I know someone who was overdosed when she had her child, and her family had to step in and let them know, hey, she is not okay. She is overdrugged. Y'all haven't fed her, and she is sick right now, and y'all need to do better. It's just with the struggle of the black women, some black women having complications when they're pregnant, and it's just terrible that the doctors will be like, oh, I get there. How many of our women have died on the table because the doctor didn't believe what they thought they were saying?
It's actually Mike to chime in. You know, I always like to go deeper too, but it's a book called Medical Apartheid, Mike. The reason
Mm,
why we don't like to go to the doctor, y'all, post-slavery, we are so miseducated on subjects. When black people used to go to the doctor, you ain't make it back home. They would
correct.
cut on you. They would take a limb, take a foot. So back in the day, there is some historical context why there is a fear from it. Medical apartheid. All brothers should read the book. It's a heavy read, Mike. But it goes into, we got to understand most of the experiments and medical procedures in America was tried on us first.
Correct.
Anesthesia,
The
medicine,
Tuskegee Project when they gave our boys syphilis,
absolutely.
straight up gave them an STD, bro.
And watch the ramification. Mike, if they didn't do that to them, we would probably wouldn't have the advancement in STD medicine to this day, which is crazy. So,
Correct.
like I said, I understand it. I just try to say now,
Go to the doctor though.
oh man, you gotta, especially just to check on the things. Mike, I don't think the daily things, eat right, work out, might
Right.
take on. If something hurt, go. If something ain't feeling right,
Go.
go.
Yeah, especially because I know somebody. My grandfather, to be exact. My grandfather was a veteran. He worked in the he actually helped build the Monitor Merrimack Tunnel.
Mm,
That's crazy, right? Uh but my mom said he was complaining that his chest was hurting for a whole week.
come on, man.
And my grandfather actually died at work
Wow.
with the widowmaker heart attack. Because and think about it, if you would have went to the hospital when you first said, "Oh, I don't know, baby girl, my chest kind of hurting. I think it might be some acid reflux." And my mom was like, "Nah, daddy, this like the second or third day you've been complaining about it." And he dropped dead that very next day. So that is a key to, like, if something ain't right, man, figure out
So
the bill later. But your life, it might not even be your time, but you expediting your time because you are not trying to go to the doctor. So just go.
that's for sure, Mike, and that's no pushback. Great lesson, man. If you ain't know, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, man.
And
Vision board,
donate. This
and
ain't
y'all
free.
for
This
sure.
ain't free.
Hit them all.
Donate.
Make sure you check in. But Mike, man, we got to get into this work, man. Mike, have you been checking the news waves? You know, your boy King trying to stay hip. You know, I love politics. I love anything going on behind the scenes, because one thing we don't do, we got to stay on point. And Mike, there is a debate among Indian Americans in the visa status in MAGA. When you go into it, I'm gonna show you the video, then the tweet, then I'm gonna get your response, man.
All
Fair
right,
use,
I got you.
Victor Yamaswamy, Mike.
Yamaswamy.
Yamaswamy, you'll see it.
I too am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun.
Yeah.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black.
Oh, damn.
It's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
Damn.
I'll bring that to your attention first, Mike. If you did not know, Vivek is one of those good Asian colleagues that believe if I do the right thing, white people will accept me.
No, they will
One
not. You
thing
just
that,
heard that they didn't accept you live and direct to your face.
well, the one thing I've learned, Mike, is that most immigrants don't understand. When white people make statements like that, they're not joking.
Bro, she was dead serious. 100%.
That comment she made about black people that he thought was funny and dismissive, we don't let stuff like that slide because we know they are serious about their actions.
Correct. Bro, I had somebody tell me before that, first of all, anybody out there, if somebody is surprised on how articulate and how educated you are, that is a underhanded comment and an insult. Do not accept that. Do not accept that whatsoever, because why are you so surprised that I am articulate and I am intelligent? Just as I'm not surprised that you're articulate and intelligent. So because I'm black, or because I carry myself in a certain way, that you don't think I have the smartness or the articulateness or the education to be in the same room as you or to speak as the way that you do is a crazy backhanded comment.
So you agree with that comment, Mike? You understood why they say black people don't set that as a comment. You understood how to
No.
stand back that comment. I think, like I said, for most other ethnicities that come here, Mike, they don't understand one, American history like we do, and number two, they don't like to have those hard-hitting conversations. For Miss Coulter to say that to you to your face as a political candidate, you should have took that as hostility.
Bro, and Culture Wild anyway. However, that nigga should have not did the interview after that.
Well, Mike, he kept going. He didn't think it was an insult to hear it. Again, Mike, we have to understand as we talk about blacks, Americans, us especially, we have a different cultural insight than most people that come here. They
Right.
come here saying, I'm going to be the good candidate. I'm going to work harder than those N words. I'm going to do the right things and y'all going to treat me right.
But
No,
she just told you to your face she would never treat you right or vote for you because you were Indian.
crazy, crazy work.
Crazy work.
And what he did, Mike, to set the world on fire, Mike, he added fuel to the fire. In his
Man.
tweet, Mike, it went viral all across the world. I'll read it to you. The reason why top tech companies often hire foreign-based and first-generation engineers over Native Americans isn't because their innate IQ is deficient, lazy, or wrong explanation. A key part of it comes to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers. And if we seriously are about fixing a problem, we must confront the hard truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long. Since the 90s, let's likely take a learn. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math champion or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineer. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World over Zack and Slater over the screen of Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters. For a fact, immigrants, parents who actively kept their kids' TV things down, who monitored what they did, always were more successful. More likely, movies like Whiplash have fewer reruns than Friends. More math, fewer sleepovers, more weekend at science competition, fewer Saturday morning competitions, cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chilling, more extracurricular activities, less hanging out the mall. Most American parents look skeptical at those parents. More normal American view kids. They view their kids with scorn. Now look at through eyes and visualize our families like we live in the 90s. We have to get back to normalcy. That doesn't mean we doesn't have a hyper-global competitive market or technicality. If we pretend like these things don't happen, Mike, we will not begin. And Mike, let me read the end. That's the work we have to cut out for us, rather than wallowing in our victimhood in the viewing of the legislation or the alternative hiring into the practices of America. Mike.
First and foremost, he was good until he said that last part. I was on the bandwagon. I was like, yeah, this nigga get it. However, nigga, first and foremost, we cannot play the victim. We are the victim. It has been proven politically, economically, and racially that black people, people of color, POCs have been disenfranchised strategically and racially and socioeconomically. What does he not know about? We can't even buy a house because if they appraise my house right now, Terrell, white Johnny down the street, whose house is not nowhere near as acceptable as mine, he hasn't put in the work. He hasn't put in the what is it? When reconstruction of the house, he hasn't built infrastructure, buying new HVAC systems or anything like that. His house will appraise higher than mine, and it's an inferior house. They haven't had a glass ceiling. They haven't had dead end jobs that they have to take. They haven't dealt with Jim Crow. They haven't dealt with any of these things. But he's gonna say we play the victim. We are the victim, and we will continue to be the victim until this system is overturned and a system of equality will be put in place. I was on board Apu from goddamn I was on board with Apu until he said some shit like that, bro.
Mike, you know the deepest thing about it? I don't think they was expecting the pushback. It was Indian. Double it down, Mike. The CEO of Google, the CEO of Microsoft, the CEO of Adobe, IBM, Chanel, FedEx, Perplexity are all Indians. But Mike, they were not expecting that they are saying N words too. Because white folks were going crazy. Mike, you watching?
Contract. And it sounds good. Let's just let more H-1B workers in. But what about the 23-year-old that went to University of Washington and studied computer science at the UW Computer Science Department? Shouldn't he be given preference above someone who could do the work for far less? It is about priorities, and it's not about what Charlie Kirk wants. It's not about what other people want out there. And I have friends on both sides of this debate. It's very simple. It's what the American people wanted. And the American people overwhelmingly voted for less immigration and the prioritization of the American children and the American worker, not the American oligarch.
And Mike, what is going back to with this whole debate, Mike, and we're gonna keep going back to in a second. Remember when we was in college, we heard this discussion, Mike, and it's deep. When we was in school, there was a little bit of a chance of you having a certain career now.
Correct.
There's a status quo, Mike, that if you are in tech, finance, they will literally hire people from H-1 visas, meaning immigrants from foreign lands where the prices are cheaper, hire them to come to America to take cheaper jobs, and there are so many tech people that are unemployed right now. So when Victor made that comment, Mike, he was not expecting a pushback by saying, you're saying immigrant parents are preparing their kids, but in actuality, that whole debate about taking jobs is real.
Yeah.
So if they're willing to do the workforce, they're getting hired for less pay. Why are we championing that mindset? Because what's the benefit of our young people to go to college, Mike?
Yeah, there's no benefit. And we've talked about this multiple times.
And it's deep, Mike. It's hitting on every aspect. We have the southern border thing that's hitting on the blue collar labor part, and we have the Asian American part. But now the Asian Americans are boldly saying with our chest that we're smarter, Mike.
Right.
We work harder. We do more. Hey, our culture allows us to be smart. But Mike, what you never do is you got to understand, brother, you ain't white.
You ain't white. You can't say that.
He got his Indian wake-up call, Mike.
Right, cuz.
They gave you some straightening by saying, brother, what you're doing is champion your values, what you are saying, but you don't understand that Trump and them ain't supporting you.
They not fucking with that at all. They gonna send his ass back to Bangladesh or wherever it is he's from.
Mike, soon as he said friends, attack friends, I knew it was over, Mike. You can't attack friends with white folk.
Right.
Am I lying, man?
No.
You can't attack no friends. And once you make those comments like you are an expert, what do you tell these other college kids right now?
You telling them that their education don't mean shit as long as can get paid less, bro.
I mean, it's a real thing though, Mike. And I had to think about it. Is MAGA wrong, Mike?
I mean, I don't agree with a lot of the standpoints, but I will say that we need to prioritize the American people. Just from the research that we did in the last podcast, how many of those illegal immigrants that he's trying to get rid of have criminal backgrounds? I think we said 14,000 violent criminals and 12,000 people that had sexual assaults. I don't want the motherfuckers in my country.
And something on a deeper note, Mike, that I think most people don't even think about that is real. You and Elon Musk are immigrants. Elon Musk was a part of it too, Mike.
Correct.
Y'all not American. Y'all not American white. It's a difference.
Yeah, y'all European white.
So y'all are pushing the immigration thing when y'all benefit from it.
I'm gonna keep it real though. Elon Musk, your new president, dog. He paid $250 million out of cash. Cashola. That money.
I don't think Elon Musk gonna be good after these comments, Mike. He made some good comments, Mike. He called MAGA racist. Elon Musk said Daniel Penny was good, even though he choked that brother out.
Hey, bro. After he gave MAGA $250 million out his own pocket,
Mike, he said it this weekend, Mike.
He got to.
But Mike,
he want us to buy them Teslas, right?
But Mike, Tesla's struggling in the global market, Mike. People are not talking about it. The Chinese kicking their butt.
Oh yeah, bro.
Elon got the cool factor, but as far as the market, the EV Chinese vehicles are out.
Oh, bro, the Hondas, the Toyotas, they've been. Elon, like you said, Elon got the cool factor because it's been EV vehicles that does the things that Tesla does. You know what I'm saying? Like for a long time. Like Honda has had EV vehicles, Nissan has had EV vehicles. They may not be able to drive by themselves. Shoot, the Prius. The Prius is an EV/gas vehicle and it's been out for years. It's just not cool. It's just not pop culture.
No, that's fact. And I think Elon, this is my theory, Mike. You know, I can throw theories out there. Elon got with Trump to secure his bag. Because he knows he's struggling, Mike.
He had to, because I don't know if you've seen it, but it was Mitsubishi, Nissan, and I think Honda. I'm not sure about the third one, but I know for a fact Nissan and Mitsubishi and another third JDI conglomerate for, and if you don't know what JDI is, that means Japanese domestic imports. So for the vehicles have joint forces, bro. That is huge. Have joint forces to manufacture vehicles.
Mm.
I forget who the third one is. It
And Mike,
was
I throw something out there. Like I ask most people, how does Elon get his money, y'all?
that's a big
Think
good
about it,
question.
Mike. He sell cars. What else he do?
That I'm gonna tell you what you don't know either.
Think about it, Mike. Process that though. How does he get his money?
Corruption.
That's facts though.
Cause
But
dog,
it's
ain't nobody buying Tesla like that for you to be that
and
rich, my
I
boy.
asked the same question: is he as rich as everybody think he is, Mike?
I mean, bro, the Forbes list. I mean, who
What the
the
Forbes
Forbes
list
list?
mean,
Forbes
Mike?
list to me is like the Grammy Academy, bro. Like, who is them people? Who is
Who?
them people telling us that these motherfuckers is rich?
Mike, I'm gonna say the same thing. As I think about it, we put our collective cap on. You got this money from Tesla. What else do you do to produce money, bro?
That SpaceX shit trash too.
What? Like I said, Mike, as we sit back and we think about it, Jeff Bezos got Amazon. We see them blue trucks every day. We
Every
know
day
he
in your
got that.
neighborhood. They in your
We
neighborhood
know he
daily.
got that.
They in your neighborhood daily.
Mike, we know he got the bag produced up. Elon got Tesla. Do we really see Tesla popping off like they should?
I don't know, but I will tell you something that surprised me.
Talk to
Elon Musk's brother has the biggest uh commercial and private drone company, period. You
right.
know, like them,
Yeah.
he owns over 9,000. His company owns over 9,000 drones. They do that drone display. Have you ever,
Yeah.
like the
I know
Super
what you're
Bowl
talking
drone display?
about.
He has more drones than China, bro.
Mike, I do agree with their vision, Mike. But like I said, when you really get into the nuts and bolts, when you think about
What
things,
do they do?
you feel what I'm saying, Mike? Like, what are you producing? You gotta think about it, Mike. Well, you can have the cool factor, but where are the numbers year after year, Mike?
Because you're a billionaire and you worth 300 billion.
You got to produce a
You
year
surpass
after.
Jeff
Come on.
Bezos. So how did you surpass Jeff Bezos?
How? We know what Bezos get his money from. We know what Bezos getting it. It's you can see the obtainable resources. I'm just asking when I hear these things, you making political moves now. Business and politics are separate. You
Bro,
never supposed to be out
you
front.
bought politics like Trump in your pockets. Cause
That ain't
think
good
about
luck.
how
Like,
many. Okay,
yeah,
they said Kamala had made $1 billion, right? That's a lot of money.
that's a
They
lot.
said Trump made a lot of money, but the majority of his money that he got came from 250 million out of Elon Musk's pocket. I'm uncomfortable with that, bro, because that means Elon could be like, "Hey, Donald, I need this, and this. You need to do this, and this." Who is that man to be like, "Nah, bro, I can't do that."
Mike, he
Nigga, I
is
gave you
doing.
250 million out
Mike,
of
he
my
is.
pocket.
Mike, he is doing. Like you said, Mike. As we get into the nits and
Elon president, nigga.
well, he's buying influence. If you know politics, politics is a study of who gets
Yeah.
what. So when you buy those influence, Mike, that is what is happening. That's why this debate, Mike, is so influential because MAGA is pushing the envelope. And we ain't gotta agree with MAGA, Mike. We know they got their ways. We understand how they are. But in real
Mhm.
time, we gotta understand at the same time this discussion about Indian Americans versus Native Americans is real.
Yeah. Because
Now,
if you call any hotline, and I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. If you call any number, any 1-800 number, you call the bank, call your debit card, call any company, try to speak on the customer service behalf. The Indians, the Filipinos, and the Spanish have that joint locked up, sold up.
they did.
It
But
is
Mike, we got to throw another question at them. Can they holler racism now?
nah.
Can
They
you
got
holler that it's a racist act when y'all been doing good when it's benefiting you? You can't go on our stilo now because we stand 10 toes down on the discrepancies we see. Many times, Asian Americans have done the affirmative action thing, Mike. There is no racism. There is no bad things. We are the good Americans. Now you got to stand on
man,
it.
America, the Asian Americans, they got a violence act before blacks.
Okay, it did, Mike. Did.
And if
And
I'm not mistaken, Obese did it.
yeah, facts, night. And this is It's one video, Mike, that speaks on this point that I gotta show you, brother. Go ahead, I'm gonna play it right quick. And this sister summarizes so perfectly before we move on to our next topic, because we've been cooking like napalm.
Vivek Ramaswamy is going through what I need every immigrant, first gen, and second gen American to understand very deeply. No matter how much you try to assimilate, no matter how much you try to talk like them, dress like them, move up the corporate ladder, take the bullshit up the ass relentlessly, you are always going to just be another fucking slur to them. Because it's so funny. What Vivek Ramaswamy is talking about in his tweet, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, Vivek essentially made a tweet stating that Americans need to prioritize more so the valedictorian over the jock. They need to prioritize the math Olympiad over the fucking, I don't know, I don't know, some other nonsense that he concocted in his head. And I think what's funny about that, more so than anything else, is that what he wants is for Americans to have zero work life balance. What he is describing, all of these parents who immigrate into the US and give birth to children here or bring children here, and then raise them to have no social life, no social skills, but literally can work for a corporation day in and day out, asking for no time off, no paid leave, no sick leave, none of that. They want you to be a robot. They want you to be another cog in the machine for capitalism. And so many immigrants come to the United States thinking that if they just do that, if they just be the cog in the machine, and all these ungrateful Americans are just being so ungrateful and don't want to work and all that shit, they can just rise up. And very obviously, by the fucking slurs that are being hurled at this man, who, by all intents and purposes, is going to be one of the most powerful people in America, it should be incredibly telling that they never gave a fuck about you. You were always a token and you were going to get spent at some point or another. And I also think it should be more telling to more immigrants that the only thing that people seem to value in you as a human being with complex ideas and thoughts is the work in which you will put into the system. Not who you are, not anything about your culture, not anything about the arts and the creativity that you have, only that you can work in the machine and shut up and not complain about it. That's all they want out of you. And if you can't do that, they are simply going to replace you with somebody else who will. So, why on God's green earth are you giving all of your attention, all of your time, all of your capabilities to people who don't care about you in the name of trying to find the American dream? And I say this as somebody who is first gen. I did the bullshit. I got the engineering degree. I wasted away much of my teen years and early adulthood trying to be a part of this fucking system because it felt like that's what I was supposed to do. My parents had immigrated here. They had given up the lives in which they knew to try to give their children whatever they could. And all I ended up seeing out of that was my mother, who was overworked and overrun by the state, who never was promoted, even after getting her master's degree. And I recognized, why the fuck would I bend over backward for a corporation of any fucking kind who is just going to use me as a diversity pick and then throw me away when I'm no longer worth it? I will work as much as I need to get that fucking paycheck and go the fuck home.
100%.
Talk to me.
I feel that she's right, bro. What we have to stop realizing, they pump the American dream, but the American dream is not for anybody but white.
Mm.
You cannot accomplish the American dream if you black, if you Hispanic,
Mm.
if you now there are some people that have accomplished it, but it's few far between. If the American dream was so accomplishable, even poor whites would accomplish it.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not for us. This system is not for us, and I will say it again. The worst thing that ever happened to us is we integrated. Worst thing. Worst thing that ever happened to us because we want to be like them. We were better off by ourselves. We were better off with our own schools, our own judges, our own doctors, our own lawyers, our own everything. We didn't need them. We created everything that they use to today. We even created Washington, D.C. Why do we need them? Why do we want to be like them? Why do we want to be accepted? It's a better situation not to be accepted and to stand out in this society because their system is for them. Their law systems, their court systems, everything is for them. It's not for us.
Mm.
And I don't know why even immigrants trace that. Yeah, it was fucked up in your country. It's not fucked up here. It's fucked up in different ways. Okay, cool. But you ain't never gonna have that white picket fence, that dog, and that 2.5 kids. It's not gonna happen. And if you do obtain it, great. But you're still gonna face adversities and different things of going on that's gonna cause you to not be able to make it what they sell.
Fire, Mike. I think the one thing that we've had, most Black Americans in this country, Mike, we've had an ethnogenesis. We've had a spiritual awakening to understand that it's not for us.
It's not.
We, we understand our own identity. We
Right.
understand our struggle. We're not afraid to call it out. It is not a bad thing to call out, hey, man, that's racist stuff. Other people think I'm going to work hard, put my head down, Mike. I know you've seen it. We work hard. We work hard in what? We work hard.
I
No matter
work hard
how
at
hard
work,
you
bro.
work, it don't
Bro,
matter.
I realized so long ago that in the careers that I had, no matter how much, and I seen it, and I'm gonna tell you when I seen it, bro. I'm gonna tell you when I seen it. I worked for a company called In Group. I was the operations manager. I ran the warehouse. I did all types of things, right? I have an education. I've been to college. I was in college for a few years, got a dual degree. I did a bunch of stuff. They then, because I saw the way that they were treating our people, I stood up for our people. That's what you're supposed to do. I want to let everybody know when you in these high executive positions, your only job is to protect the people that look like you. Point blank, period. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody gonna be in the room with these white folks but you. You have to. And I think that was my number one downfall is that I didn't conform. And I was like, hey, and I'm gonna tell you what they were doing. They were doing background checks. The company I had worked for, we had a bunch of temps working for us at the time from multiple temp agencies. The temp agencies had already did background checks. Some of these people did not cross over to the company and had been working with the company for working like under these temp agencies for multiple years. Our company decided to get rid of the temp agencies, convert everybody over to the company, right? With that being said, if you got Terrell, how fucked up is this? You got somebody that's been working with the company for 6 years. The temp agency did a background check on this man. This man went to jail 25 years ago for a crime. He's been, keep in mind, he's been working here. No incidents, no write ups, no anything. 6 years. Now he's a part of our company under our umbrella. We go back 25 years and say, hey, man, you went to jail for XYZ. This man had already been rehabilitated, already has never committed a crime since then, and has been a model citizen and a model employee. You then say, hey, you're fired because of your background.
That should be
I
illegal.
saw, I saw that, Terrell, and I was like, nah, y'all need to call that man back. For one, that's illegal. For two, that is just not right. This is one of our hardest workers, and we never done anything. He's never done anything wrong in the system. So you know what they did, Terrell? They got a white man, and I'm not racist. I love our white allies. I love our white people. They got a white man who wasn't as experienced as me, didn't have the credentials, worked at a advanced auto parts and managed advanced auto parts when I have managed multiple warehouses and ran multi-million-dollar businesses and gave this man my position. They didn't fire me. They didn't even demote me. They just was like, oh yeah, he's the new guy now, and we're gonna move you to an operations manager on the weekend. That's
Crazy.
what I'm saying. The system worked for him because he was born into the system. I don't look like him, so the system didn't work for me. But I'm chasing the American dream. And I would say the work that I did was hard work.
Right.
Hard work.
Right.
Multiple nights away from my family,
Right.
traveling, all that. And for what? For them to say, hey, we gonna get this white dude your job. And he don't deserve it at all. We know he don't deserve it at all. And we gonna demote your pay.
Wow. Man, your story is very common though, bro. It's not. I don't think it's not common at all. I think the one thing that this conversation that MAGA is having right now, Mike, is so real because y'all are seeing there's no loyalty nowhere. These companies, there's no loyalty. These political, everything is no loyalty. This America's a business, 100%.
America was founded on business principles. If you understand, and I might be going over people's head, but if you look at your name, the way your name comes up,
You
when
said
they
that
use
before.
your name, I said this before. You got to look up what your straw man is. Your name is capital letters. They give you a bank account, 9-digit bank account, which is your social security number. It's business all over. When you go to a court of law, it's an American flag with fringes on it, which is a maritime law flag. How are we operating under maritime law when we're supposed to be operating under justice and anything that is not maritime?
Mike on
Look
fire tonight,
look
man.
all
Mike
that up, bro.
with
Like when you
napalm.
look at and then think about it. What is birth, right? Birth, a ship, right? A ship is birthed, the birthing of a ship. So when you get your birth certificate, that is a contract. That is a legal binding document of your corporation, which is your name capitalized. Why is your name all capital letters? Why isn't it capital M, lowercase Eichel? Why is my last name all capital? Why is my middle name all capital? That's because you're a corporation. You need to look into these things, people. I'm only going to give you little gems, and it's up to you to figure out the rest. But America is founded on corporation principles and will always be a corporation. We are not. You think we succeeded from England to be our own entity? No, we succeeded from England to be a corporation.
Mike, heavy stuff, family. To close out your thoughts on this topic, Mike, we've been cooking for 38 minutes on this. I know this is a good one. This is a good cook right here, Mike. The
Yeah.
visa immigrant situation. How do you think it's going to go down? Mike, reminds you, Trump ain't even in office yet.
Not yet, bro.
Like this. Tell me what you think going to happen, family.
I think y'all should stop seeking equalness. You gotta learn from what black people have already dealt with. You come into a country thinking they gonna treat you better than they treat us, and they might, right? But all y'all is just different types of niggas. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it don't matter what you look like, race, creed, color, or religion. It matters how much money you got. And when it all boils down to it, you say these people racist, yeah, they racist, but they're more classes than they are racist. If you ain't got the money on, you don't fucking matter. And all you poor ass motherfuckers that voted for Donald Trump and was so excited about him being our president, yeah, nigga, he gonna shit on you too.
Mike, my closing thoughts is that I'm glad this is happening.
Yeah.
You know why? You ain't want to believe that they don't care about nobody? Stand on business. We ain't coming to save you, Mike. Stand on business, Indian Americans, on this subject. Y'all got to stand 10 toes down.
10
Y'all
toes.
told us that this ain't happening. Y'all told us that me and Mike were crazy and we only talk about race. Now, hold your own nuts. I ain't coming to speak on it. We ain't coming to help you. I ain't saying nothing. I'm over here watching the fight, Mike. Handle your business, baby. Handle your business. I'm saying it, Mike. Trump ain't even in office yet, and it's going crazy. Imagine when he get in there, he starts sending folks home.
Oh man,
doing, Mike.
You know they scared. You know they scared.
They hold your own nuts, Mike.
You
they
voted
say
for
we
this
crazy, Mike. They say black people complain too much. They say we talk about race too much. Guess what? I'm quiet, Mike. You saying something? I'm gonna be in my crib, my head down, being quiet while y'all. I hate to say it. I'm gonna be dang. Sorry for you.
Hey, we've been dealing with it for 30-something years, bro.
Mike, centuries now. On in.
welcome to the party.
All of it. So, like I said, hold your own nuts. Fight your own battles. Don't holler about Jim Crow and civil rights and racism now. Civil rights don't belong to you. Figure it out. We have had our ethnogenesis. We have had our spiritual awakening. We are in tune to what white people say they mean what they mean. We ain't mad at them. We understand. Y'all don't think it's real. So now that it's real, now that they punch you in the face, Mike, stand on business.
Stand on business.
And Mike, man, next subject, Mike, man, you seen these plane crashes lately?
Bro, what?
How have we had more in our lifetime now than ever before?
Bro, they used to say you would get into a and the statistics is probably still the same, but the likelihood of a plane crash and a car crash, you would be more likely to get hit by a car walking across the street than you would a plane falling out the sky. Nigga, now it's almost like we need to catch the train and the bus, nigga, because what's
Listen,
going
right?
on?
What I'm saying is that Boyan whistleblower video, which we'll play it, man, he was lying.
62-year-old John Barnett mysteriously died on March 9th when he was going to give his testimony against Boeing. He was a quality control engineer for Boeing, where he worked for more than 3 decades, and he had evidence that they were cutting corners, putting faulty parts on planes, not ensuring the safety of the workers, etc. Now I'm going to share the full autopsy report with you guys, but they said that he was found in his driver's seat of his orange Dodge Ram. The body was warm and rigor had not yet set in. They said black powder, which appeared to be GS residue, was on his right hand, and inside the vehicle, they found a semi-automatic Smith & Wesson, a loaded magazine, and unfired cartridges. They also said they
Unfired.
found containing what appeared to be a take-your-own-life note. They said the cause of death was a GSW to his head, and the manner of death was that he took his own life. Here's part 1 of the coroner's report, which you can pause and read, and here's the second part of that report. And the police department said they're closing the investigation on his death because it was determined that he took his own life. Rest in peace to John Barnett, and let me know what you guys think about this.
Man, them people
Breaking news
killed
is
that
Boeing
nigga.
was
As we're seeing, Mike, in real time. Listen, man, these planes are crashing all type over the world. I don't think in our lifetime, Mike, we've seen this many plane crashes like this.
Nah, not at all, bro.
And what was going on, Mike, if you remember beginning of this year, there was a dude speaking on Boyan, you know, like companies do, Mike, not wanting to replace their parts, putting faulty equipment on there, and the dude died. The reason why it's such a big deal, Mike, I'm telling people, have we seen this many plane crashes this year, Mike?
Nah, I think the integrity of the work has fallen apart. And I will say this. Anytime that you have people's lives at stake, if you public transportation, if you work in a factory, if you work in a beverage industry, anything where people consume anything or is, first of all, nigga, public travel, this shit is getting off the ground and going into the air. That should be the most scrutinized motherfucking job, nigga. That and anything that's going on that water. Bro, first of all, I don't give a fuck. That shit going off the ground into God's sky. That need to be the most scrutinized shit that we ever scrutinized ever.
I'm gonna go at it like this, Mike. When companies try to refurbish products, there are some industries that shareholders need to go away with. These airplanes, where we know that they are life and death, why are we allowing companies to put faulty equipment on them?
Bro, because
expired equipment, Mike. What are we doing? In the needs of making money, we're going to risk lives where if anything goes right, everybody dies.
Everybody. It
So
don't matter. And it's no and the problem with that is, bro, it's no like somebody might live, nigga. We all up in the air and we hit that ground, we all dead, nigga. Like, that's why I say jobs like that, the government need to be at that motherfucker every day, bro. Like, hey, what y'all doing? What y'all doing?
It's the first time in my life, man, Mike, I actually thought about driving long distance.
Got to.
Mike, I'm for real, man. I told Mama, she was like, I was like, look, the way these planes crashing and the way stuff is going and the way we acting like it ain't a big deal. 2 plane crash happening in the past week, Mike. What?
First of all, you could count on one hand how many plane crashes used to happen in a year.
Mike.
10 years.
10. And these 200-something people just dying, Mike. Like, we said it like it's nothing. Like, man, this is a story, Mike, that I think is undertold. Because, like, right now, man, it's just, like you said, Mike, if this equipment in Boeing is continuing to have these issues.
You mean Boeing?
Boeing, my bad. Well, I call Boeing, my bad, Mike. Boeing.
If nigga, I was like, what in the world?
Hey, my bad. Hey, I'm over here cooking like napalm. Look, if they continue to have issues, how are they living, bro?
Well,
like for real, like what's going on? Like, are we not?
Bro, that's like the only aviation company I know. I think they have like a sheer monopoly on everything that's going on.
Right? Red flag, right? When you have too much money and too much power, red flag. You start to cheat and cut corners. But you need competition.
But my thing is this: if you were the number one source, why would you cheat and cut corners? You making all the money.
Number one, Mike, why would I need to make more money?
I mean, but you could make more money by being safe because y'all niggas got to fly on them shits too.
Remember, Mike, absolute power corrupts absolutely. If I got the power to refuse a part, to say I can go with a cheaper part and I can make more money on my bonuses, remember, it goes that deep, Mike. I'm going to mess with my bonus to get a new part rather than get an older part. Why wouldn't I do it, Mike? You got to think human nature. You know the game.
Man,
I'm in business. I'm going to cut that corner so I can get my check for my family. If
you're
they
right.
do it, that's what's going to end up happening, Mike. We know business. If I can make more money for my family, Mike, if I cheat and do this, I'm going to do it. Right
but the
now,
crazy part is this.
Go ahead.
Them niggas be flying on them shits too.
Man, you ain't lying, brother. That's what make me think, man, something got to hit in America, but I'm already seeing too much overseas, man. Like, these planes are crashing. I done seen like 3 this week, Mike. I'm like, man, hold on now. I know you done seen them, Mike. Like, planes crashing like that? What's going on, man? Oh.
And then you got to think about it. It not only kills the people on the plane, but nigga, the people on the ground too.
Man.
Cause that motherfucker ain't going. This shit gonna just fall, bro.
Mike, it's just crazy, man. And to close my thoughts on that subject, Mike, that's the issue in 2025 that got to get resolved. Because if not,
immediately
travel is gonna go down on planes. All we need is one crash here, Mike. It's going down. One crash in America is going. I know they saying it's overseas. I don't care, man. If your livelihood could be on the line, that tax out, that money's going down.
And then overseas, the way they do things is so lax in some countries, man. Bro. It's kind of like,
yeah, man, Mike, do I need to be traveling over there?
Nigga, I went to go zip lining in Mexico. I was like, I don't know.
Hey, you kidding me? I'm good. I'm gonna hold up for a moment.
Hey, look, did y'all niggas check this? You check this, Javier? You check this?
Big facts. Mike, your boy DL Hughley is in the news crying about Kamala still.
And he has to. She put him on.
Oh, Mike.
To me, DL Hughley ain't funny at all, my nigga. I don't know how he made King of Comedy.
Man, Mike standing on business. Hold on, Mike.
I don't know how DL Hughley, bro. I mean, granted, he good at what he do, but who is watching this nigga's comedic specials?
He's hurt his legacy over the years, Mike. The biggest thing I want to say is that I want people to understand this. I think Kamala Harris did a lot of harm to HBCUs. Line 9. She hurt y'all. And I'm going to tell you why, Mike. Y'all raised all this money and support for her. And when she lost that election, she didn't even come out and say thank y'all.
Nigga, where she at? Where she been at?
You know, Mike, she left them hanging that night and came out the next morning.
Nigga, where she been at since then?
Oh, Mike cook it all. Let me hear it, G. I mean, we ain't seen nothing.
Nigga, at least be like Bernie Sanders. That nigga lost and ain't give a fucking kept it jiving, nigga.
She hurt anybody that supported her and still speaks about her. Got to understand something. She tried to get what she wanted, but we ain't seen her since. They in office right now, Mike. While we talking, they in office right. They got power right now.
She's still the vice president until January.
Like, we talking like they don't have the influence down.
We ain't seen her since, nigga.
That's a bar. I ain't even think about that.
Bro, she disappeared like Joe Biden.
It's like, now she ain't, like, we got to understand.
Think about what I just said, though.
No, you right. You cooking.
Nigga, she disappeared like Joe Biden. Where the fuck that nigga been at?
You said that from the beginning. That's 100 though. Like, what's going on? So when y'all, and I hate to say the boule class, Michael, black people, y'all keep speaking on like, hey, we don't know why other black people didn't support. We want reparations. Cut the check. That's what we worried about, Mike.
Niggas could have been cut the check a long time ago.
Mike, we ain't pushed the envelope till now though. Think about it, Mike.
Nigga,
you can't say you ain't got the money when you send Ukraine $30 billion. We ain't trying to.
You can't say you ain't got the money when you print new money every day.
Mike, you can't say you ain't got the money when Ukraine got $30 billion. The migrants got $1,500 a month and moved to New York and ain't paying rent. I don't want to hear it.
They got Social Security and some more shit.
Mike,
health insurance.
Listen, I'm not hating. We needed to. Mike, 6 months, no rent. Mike, you up.
Bro, all I want to know is,
6 months no rent, Mike. You up.
And you living with like 17 members of your family.
Mike, if you think about it, Mike, if you got 6 months of no rent, food subsidized, you up, yo. I'm up. Mike, you up. I'm up heavy.
Heavy, dumb, stupid.
So like I said, it's hard for y'all to go against that. And when you got DL out here crying, man, you know, we didn't support the black woman. Look, man, she lost.
First of all, she's not black.
Oh, man, you know, he played the black woman. Look, man, she wasn't likable, Mike. Let's keep it real.
I'm gonna be real. She gave me Hillary Clinton. She gave me Hillary Clinton vibes, bro.
That's facts. The black people wasn't messing with her. Trump stood on business. Wasn't nobody beating that man. This is his time. It was comeback season for Donald J.
I'm trying to tell you, we should have went with Bernie Sanders and we'd have been straight.
I mean, you got a point, Mike. But the Boule crowd, the Tyler Perrys, the Oprahs, stop talking like y'all influence black people. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. Tyler Perry, nobody likes you. Ain't nobody ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, dog. You ain't got no influence out here.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't fuck with that nigga movies.
Bro, nobody. Right. Most black people don't. We know what the film is about. Oprah. All you do is talk bad about black men. That's all you do.
I'm gonna be 100, and people could hate me for this. Tyler Perry made it acceptable to cross-dress and push the transvestite movement. And the first people that accepted that nigga was the black church, and I got a problem with that.
You said that from day one, though.
I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that because how many fucking movies this nigga got to wear a dress, bro? That shit is crazy.
No, agreed. I think Tyler Perry is not living his truth. But number one, I'm gonna say something else, Mike. Nobody else is talking about that stands out to me. Who Tyler Perry put on? You've been making movies for 10 plus years. Who are your actors? Remember how Ice Cube remember Ice Cube's movie, Mike? Ice Cube got 4 or 5. He put on 20 people. Tyler Perry, who you putting on? Mike, next Friday, Mike Epps, Michael Blackston, Debo, Ezel, all those people are under Ice Cube's tree.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, you put out 20 times as many movies. Name me
Lance Gross. That's the only one I can think about.
I can't think of nothing. Lance already had motion with ATL.
True. Tamala Man.
She had motion already, man.
You right, because she was actually God's property singing with GP.
Mike, who was a nobody that got in the Tyler Perry movie that blew up?
I don't know.
Nobody, Mike. He don't put nobody on.
But my question, Terrell, once again, though, I gotta ask it again.
Go ahead.
Why did the black church make cross-dressing so acceptable when it came to Tyler Perry?
Now you know you my black Mike. I'll give you credit. You are my church expert. When you said that was groundbreaking to me. But you're right. He made that transition very much easier, and I honestly think he made the LGBT movement more easier for the black churches. Agree. Growing up, you know, Mike, that was not enough. That was non-negotiable.
Nigga, we was not fucking with that shit growing up.
No, bro. So it was more acceptable there first. I agree with you.
And then you got to think about it. Yeah, Hollywood put black men in dresses, but this nigga kept putting the dress on.
And he still does it. Correct. And like I said, Mike, who do you put on, TP? Tyler Perry, who have you put on? What influence do you actually have in these black streets? Black people don't listen to you. Black people don't listen to Divine Nine. Black people don't listen to DL Hughley. Well, y'all don't have no influence in these streets or any sway because when something bad happens, Mike, y'all ain't saying nothing.
And y'all good.
Y'all say something about Daniel Penny?
Put Steve Harvey in there too. Put
Steve Harvey. You say something about Daniel Penny? Did any of y'all say something? So if you don't say something against our tragedies, why should we listen to you when you talk about doing something else? So it kills me, Mike, when I see them out here speaking. Steve Harvey, DL, you know the crew, Mike, and y'all try to talk and have a detailed conversation about it. Mike, man, we cooking it, Mike. We got
hey, keep it running, bro. Keep it running.
Yeah, I got next up, Mike.
That Daniel Penny joint still hurt me to this day, bro.
I know, Mike.
Because that man got murdered, bro. That man got murdered, and y'all let this white motherfucker choke him out. He another he another Zimmerman. Because I say this and I say it again. If you wanted to save people and be a hero, my nigga, why you going on talk shows and having interviews?
And number one, let's not forget Daniel Penny was mentally disabled, Mike. Come on, we knew that.
When has it ever been cool to put your hands on somebody that was mentally disabled, nigga? I thought you catch a charge for that off top.
Used to back in the day. And the reason why these subjects are really big to talk about, and I want to chime in on fathers right quick. We're going to go a bad situation, then we're going to go to a positive, Mike. If you are familiar, Mike, Finesse2Tyme, the artist, man, you know, had a few hits. He got his son, you know, got out of prison, Mike, trying to get his life together. And he had his son.
That was his son? That's his like real son?
Yes, his real son, Mike. So
I went live because I seen my brother say something.
He had his son in the club at 10. He was doing multiple negative things. I know, Mike, you know, prison brother, try to get out of here, try to save his life around. When you open your child up to behaviors and then try to characterize them, you can't do that. And the reason why this is so powerful, Mike, when you see this, I want you to hear this brother's words in real time. Fair use, YouTube. Comment, like, and subscribe.
But he talking about, I spent my money. I spent King money on him. What money did King make? You can't make real money off YouTube views. Y'all stupid. All my royalties come from streaming. I got real hits. He made a comment to my King got real hits. Man, King got 2 songs. It goes to show that you is a superb hater. You is a superb hater, y'all. And I ain't gonna say your name or make you famous. I know that's what you want to do. King's sister went live and said, what have you done for him? What have you done for us? You so ungrateful. I took your brother out the hood so I won't kill him. I took your brother out the street so I won't put nothing in his weed and lace him. I took your brother out the street and brought him to Houston and let him stay in a $2 million house and put him in private school and took him around people and places that he would never be in.
I'm going to keep going, Mike.
Ever sent me back home, he'd be texting my phone talking about some whenever.
And I want y'all to remember, this young boy is 11 years old. I don't find it cool, Mike, but this is an 11-year-old child.
I just want to address this to y'all, but I left away from around him. I want to make that clear. He never sent me back home. He'd be texting my phone talking about some whenever you want to come back and act like a child. Bro, why would you you kept me off the internet, bro. Then you try to switch my image up. You came and got me for who I am. And then you're going to try to change me for who I am. I'm who I am. That's how the internet know me. And any people who looking at me as a bad kid, I'm not. I'm an actually great person. You got to get to know me, my. And I hate that people actually think like the stuff that he did things for me. But he wasn't, I ain't get mad because he didn't buy me no designer clothes. He didn't even buy me no designer clothes like that.
Mike, why he ain't in school was my first question. Let me let him cook.
It's bright sunny outside.
Bro, only time he bought me like designer clothes, like, hey, whenever you gonna get some for my video shoot, whenever we going to a show, like he didn't care how I dressed it when I went to shows, like stuff like that, man. And man, I'm just trying to address this to y'all, man. He's a conniving person, and it's paperwork that he tried to say he gave my grandma $10,000 and bought me a $40,000 watch and a $100,000 chain. He was smoking with me, giving me drugs, man. He tote guns around him. They don't supposed to have guns around him. Sugar, she be having guns.
Man, Mike.
First of all, I don't respect anything that this man did with this little boy, because you talking about this little boy, but at the end of the day, Finesse2Tyme, you damn near 40 years old, bro. You got to know better that you put a child in a dangerous situation. He gambling, spending money. That's not cool, bro. If that's your child and you talking about you tried to save his life, you put his life in more detriment with the niggerish shit that you was doing. Point blank, period. You should have, if you really wanted for that man, you wouldn't have had this man out there shooting dice. You wouldn't have had this man out there smoking and talking crazy. You would have been a father for real. And I don't have any respect for the way that you brought this little man up. And then thank God that you had a brain and tried to switch the image up and actually be a father for real. Great. But what the fuck was you doing when you first got out of jail with this little boy? I have no respect for you, sir. I have no respect for what you were doing. Yeah, you took him out the hood, but you had him being a little coon ass nigga for the camera. The things you had him doing at 9, 10, and 11 years old is unacceptable to me.
The main thing I don't like, Mike, is that we are making young boys mature too old, man.
Yeah.
Listen to him talk, Mike. That's an 11-year-old child. He ain't in school, Mike. He ain't learning the foundation steps. He ain't learning what it takes to really invest in yourself. He ain't really doing whatever he needs to do to build himself and be a better man.
He not being a child.
He not even being a child. Mike, he ain't even touching the dirt, Mike. He ain't riding the bike to school. He ain't bouncing the ball. He ain't laughing. He
All
ain't
he doing
doing
is shooting dice, bro, making money.
Kim, we'll get back on you the next time. We'll get back with you. You see the comment, Mike? Americans are lazy. He talking about the first half. We rolling. We rolling.
We cooking, baby. Hey, Americans may be lazy, but they made us this way, bro.
And let's keep cooking, Mike. We ain't gonna let no hate. We ain't gonna let him stop a shot. Finesse right now. Y'all need to get a hold of this young boy. Number one, I'm gonna say something, Mike, that's powerful. The way he talks and the way he acts. Black boys do not have a chance to grow up and have a teenage year. He will be viewed as a man outside his context.
He already a man, bro. In
And
society.
he will get treated like one. He will get put down like one. He will get handled like one. So for his actions to be the way he is, to be smoking and doing that stuff at his age, to not be in school learning the foundation steps of manhood, Mike. He talking about $100,000 change, bro. You supposed to be worried about getting your mind right.
Right.
Go ahead. Come on.
I had no respect for you if you buying a child that type of stuff.
Facts.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Just because you got the money, don't mean you should always do it. Now, if I had millions of dollars, yeah, my son gonna have. I'm gonna have you having things that appreciates value instead of depreciates value. We need to learn and teach assets and liabilities.
Facts.
If you're gonna buy him jewelry, buy him a Rolex that will appreciate value, that he can use as an asset to life, as he can use as, okay, I could sell this Rolex. It was worth 6,000, now it's worth 24 because of the age on the watch. If you're gonna do things like that, do it like that. $100,000 chain. Once you get that chain customized and put all them diamonds in it, that shit is not worth 100,000 anymore. It's bullshit.
Hey, Mike,
It's a paperweight.
I got something deeper than that. Teach him about being honest.
Correct.
Not talking on the video with his shirt on. Brushing his teeth, Mike. Proper hygiene. Learn to be honest. Saying yes, ma'am, no, sir, no, sir. Those are the things we're supposed to be learning at 11.
Right.
Not going to the club, not smoking. That is not a good look for a child.
No.
His foundation has to be solidified. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Finesse
Like,
2Tyme, you didn't. You trying to do the right thing right now, but child protective services should have been called on your ass.
Mike on your neck, man. I can't even hold you, Mike. I gotta ask another question. Where the mom at?
Correct.
The grandma, the cousins, where all y'all at to see this going on?
Why y'all ain't be like Ricky? That's crazy.
And Mike, why is he not in school recording the video in the daytime? What's going on?
Bro, it was
11 years, what's that, 5th grade, Mike? 4th grade?
11 years old. That's like 5th grade.
5th grade. Why he ain't in school? Why he outside?
At the most is 6th grade it depends on when his birthday is.
Why
But
he
nigga,
ain't
it was
in
bright
school?
sunshine, probably the morning time. This nigga, he ain't homeschooled, so what he doing?
What he doing? How is he getting his communication with his peers his age? What is he doing? How is he gonna get his right development? How is
he hanging with grown people?
That ain't good, Mike, because they're gonna take advantage of him. You know that. And your daddy rich. That's another thing he gotta worry about, Mike. Your daddy rich. You a lick, dog.
I didn't even understand that was his real son. He kept going around saying it was his artist and different things like that.
This is real.
The way you had that little boy out there, you should have never had him out there like that if you're a real father and you call yourself a father and you take care of children.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in it, and that was despicable. Child Protective Services should have been called, bro.
Mike on his neck. I can't even hold you. Mike on his neck. Mac, I ain't lying. You ain't missed nothing. You ain't miss. You ain't saying nothing wrong. It's just so deep of a subject that it's so hard to process. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard to process in real time because he ain't gonna never be able to go back, Mike. How can he go backwards now?
He can't. He got $100,000 chains and grills and shit.
How is he gonna be able to go to school and interact with peers his age, and it's gonna hurt him as he grows up? I don't want mine around my kids. You, Mike? I hate to be that way. Now we got to go to that point, Mike. I don't want that little boy around my little girl.
He fast.
Mike, I don't want him around my kids.
If he doing all that, he fucking for sure.
Mike, I don't want you around my kids, bro. I don't. I'm not even trying to be funny.
And
now
11 years old is so young and pure.
So young. And we don't want your image. We don't want what you're talking about. We don't want none of that. So that's the other side of it that's unfortunate, Mike, that he's going to have to deal with at one point in time. But, Mike, we got the other side of it. We got Coach Prime.
Okay.
A true American story, Mike. I don't know if you've seen Coach Prime encourage Mike Vick. Coach Prime encouraging other coaches. And Coach Prime's sons, Mike, last game was yesterday. On the flip side of the Finesse2Tyme's part, Mike, you know we always like to flip it back and have a great portion. We have somebody that's doing it right. Coach Prime took his boys, Mike, raised them right, went through a divorce. He was a single dad, Mike. I don't know if you know that. Coach Prime raised his son, figured it out, got it out the mud, had to work through it, Mike. So what do you say to someone like that who had to go the long journey, who had to figure it out, raised 2 college graduates, got 2 other girls that's in college, one graduating and did it the right way? What is the flip side to manhood in that way, Mike, as we keep going?
I applaud you, Coach Prime, and I say keep up the good work, because now you're a grandpapa. So you got to continue it and push it forward. You're a leader of young black men, and I commend you, sir, and I pray that you have longevity in your life so you can continue to build and to manifest great black men.
I would say the same thing, Mike. I would say Coach Prime has showed what happens when you have your purpose driven. He was never going to be no coach. We would have never known he would have been doing what he's doing, Mike. But he's been purpose driven this whole time. He found his way with God. He revitalized his mind, Mike. Even though he went through the breakup last year with his long-term lady, he ain't let that stop him. He knew that my purpose, my God, my vision, my children are my focus. As a man, keep your purpose and your vision first. Keep your goals first, Mike. Everything else is besides that. God, your purpose, your vision, how you go provide for your families, everything else is going to come. Your kids, your leadership, your following. As a man, you must have that intact. When you do, it's easier. When you try to put the girl first, Mike, or you try to do this, you know what I'm saying? You out of whack. That's when that honor and different things come up. And the reason why I bring this subject up, Mike, is actually a video of a situation about what happens when you don't speak on that, Mike. And I definitely believe that you had some thoughts serious about, you know, different things that can happen in a relationship. But I'm going to watch the video first, and I'm going to let you cook, all right? Let me get to it. Fair use, fair use.
Have those experiences, those trauma. And I want all the women in here to hear this. You hear what she just said, right? You had your guards up because of your past things, right? This is why men like younger women, because they don't have those experiences, those trauma ass decisions that you done been through your whole life that's keeping your guard up from me. This is why we date younger women. Hold on. Number 2.
Hold on.
It's important to marry while you are young. You guys are supposed to marry young and grow old together. You don't supposed to come with these fucking traumas from your past, traumas from our past, all this shit. But in our culture, it becomes the norm. And we try to find a way to cope with it and call it regular life. This is not regular life. The way we grew up is not regular life. And somehow we find a way to make an excuse for this shit. We're not supposed to have all these goddamn kids by all these different women. We're not supposed to be running around this motherfucker fucking hoes and doing all this shit, and women dressing like hoes and acting like niggas. Everybody is out of nature. Everybody. Both sides are fucked up. So now you have all these people coming in with they bullshit, and we trying to match with each other and see who bullshit outweighs or underweighs each other. This is why we all are single. Because all us got shit going on. Anything a motherfucker do is a trigger to us now. Anything. You done been with that many partners or been around these many situations that everything a motherfucker do, you didn't saw it before. So at what point can you open up if you saw everything? Think about this. What point can you open up if you, oh, I remember my ex nigga did that, or my ex bitch did this, or he did that and she did this, and it's looking familiar. So these is why these gods is coming up, because we have too many partners and too much experience.
Mike, I'm gonna let you cook, baby. I know you had a good time and you had some things in a request, fam. It's your stage. I'm gonna put you on the big stage and let you do your
So
thing.
so check this out. When you first and foremost, I think it should be mandatory when you dive into a relationship, when you enter or exit a relationship, therapy is the number one thing that you should be doing for yourself and for other people. Because as the man said on the on the podcast that he was on, it's a lot of PTSD. It's a lot of people. First of all, we got traumas from the way we grew up because our parents thought they was doing it the right way and they wasn't. We got people that have been abused, people that have been sexually abused, people that have not don't have the emotion, don't have we got people that don't understand what their goals and ambitions are. I think we all should be in therapy. I think in America therapy should be a must, and if you plan on being with somebody and loving somebody, first you need to love yourself. And if you love yourself like you say you love yourself, you need to be in therapy so you can understand your triggers, you can understand your traumatic responses, and you can understand the trauma that you've been through. Me personally, I've been in therapy and it's been the best thing that has ever happened to me because I understand that the way I grew up was fucked up. I grew up in a two-parent household and I had went through some things that I should have never went through in my life. That causes a trauma response because now that I'm in a relationship and say shorty say something to me that has happened to me in the past or that has shouldn't have been said to me before, now I have to react. Or you need therapy because say you was in a bad relationship, a nigga treated you bad, a bitch treated you bad, somebody treated you any type of way that wasn't right. You need therapy. You need to love yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love other people. And then when you start loving other people, it's good to go to therapy together because then you can understand, hey, what is her trauma responses? What's her PTSDs? What's mine? Is this commingling gonna happen? And I will say, the Bible said it best, right? And Dr. Umar said it second. Um, we was not meant to have multiple sexual partners because now we have a preference, right? We never was supposed to have a preference. We were supposed to have that one person. However, I will say that you cannot expect or put expectations on people because they will make you fail every time. They will make you feel some type of way. They will make you feel traumatized. And I will say this as well. If you have a bad baby daddy, a bad baby mama, if you are fucking with somebody that has kids, you need to do your due diligence by being with that person and understanding the trauma that they went through and the trauma that they continue to go through. Because they're with that person. And if that child is young, that's 18 years that you're going to have to witness them go through some type of trauma with the person that they used to love before. So you have to be able to understand how to help them through those situations and be there for them. And secondly, people's parents' expectations. Don't worry about people's parents' expectations because people's parents' expectations can be skewed. People's family members' expectations, people's worry about your partner. Worry about the love that you and your partner have for each other. And if you love that person, you will be a better person for that person. I would say this. The love that I have for my person, I love them so much that I want to be the best man that I could be. And I didn't realize I was being a fucked up man until I realized how much I love somebody. You gotta accountability is the key too. When you've been in a relationship, it's not about right or wrong. It's about I did that and that hurt you and I'm sorry. How can I be better? How can I make it better? How can I make you better? If you love somebody, you will push them to their furthest goals in life, even the goal that you feel that is unobtainable. If I love my lady and I think my lady can do it, I'm gonna push her to achieve the unaccomplishable and she should do me that same way as well. I just think we get caught up in a lot of bullshit, right? Women nowadays, oh, this nigga gotta spend this nigga gotta spend that. I'm not going 50-50. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, 50-50 better than zero. And I'm not and I don't understand when it became relationships are partnerships. Relationships are two people, imperfect people coming together, building on a common goal. When did it become a man had to pay for any and everything that you want? Now, if he got it like that, let that man pay for anything and everything that you want. But homegirl, sister girl, baby girl, have your own too. Because God blesses the child that has his own, her own. But like I said, we getting caught up in these social norms that's not real. We getting caught up in being city girls. We getting caught up in understanding that if a nigga ain't doing this, a nigga ain't doing that. Yeah, that's cool for a man to trick on you and a man to make sure that you are accomplished, but it's your job to make sure you're accomplished yourself. Anything that I bring to the table is an additive. I don't need to be the table, the house, the home, and everything else. We are here for a common goal. I lean on you, you lean on me. I think in society we are falling short of everything that the older ancestors have put together for us to make things work. I think it's tricking going on. It's all type of foolishness, man. And we got so far away from just loving each other and being the best for each other. We worry about society too much. As long as you love that person and that person love you, y'all in it together. Fuck what everybody else think. Cause your homegirl gonna talk shit, your mom gonna talk shit, everybody's gonna talk shit. But at the end of the day, it depends on what you and that person got going on, and it makes the best sense to be in it together. Because I could say now, my loved one I'm with, if I told Terrell everything that she did wrong, Terrell would end up hating her. You get what I'm saying? If Terrell told me everything that Miss Crowder did wrong, I would end up hating her. Sometimes you just got to keep your shit to yourself, because at the end of the day, your family is going to be your family and your friends going to be your friends, and they're going to come to the aid of you always. But it takes a real family member and a real friend to be like, nah, you was fucked up. So stop having yes men and yes women in your life and live for yourself and understand that if y'all making it work, y'all making it work. I don't know, T, I got a lot to say, but I just feel like we are getting so far away from what it is that the Bible meant us to be in. And it hurts my heart because now you got to be a six-figure earner. Now you can't go 50-50 with the rent. What I think people, somebody asked me the other day, like, damn, my man want to go 50-50 with me. And they was like, do you think that's fucked up? No, I don't. Because how fair is it for this man to spend all his money and don't have nothing left? And you're not saving, you're not like, if that man is paying all the bills, then you need to be having a hustle and saving and making sure that the household is good, and that when he is depleted, that you're able to benefit and provide. It's a team. It's I don't know where people got that. It's more individualistic stuff in relationships right now than I've ever seen before in my life.
Well, I think the culture shifted, Mike. We got to understand we were probably that last generation that actually got the date and it wasn't a money requirement.
True.
I
We
don't
go on
remember.
free dates now,
You know what I'm
and I
saying?
seen
Remember growing
and
up,
I
Mike,
seen
it
a
wasn't
thing.
in
Uh,
college, it wasn't like a money requirement. Remember that? It wasn't. It
it
wasn't
wasn't.
talked about. I can remember as I became an adult, Mike. I remember like 20. I remember when Instagram started popping. That's when you started to hear that, because before then, I went on plenty of dates and it wasn't, you gotta take me to Ruth Chris. It wasn't none of that, Mike. It
But,
wasn't. Am I
but
tripping?
I seen a woman say, "You better not take me to Cheesecake Factory." What the fuck is wrong with Cheesecake Factory? Nigga, I remember when Red Lobster used to be the shiz naive, as young little Scrappy would say. But I think we need to just enjoy each other. No matter how much money is spent, you can have a free date, and a free date beats a money date any day because it's pure. Like, I think we should go back to pure intentions. Get off this internet. This internet is not real. This internet gonna have y'all missing out on the best thing that ever happened to you, and it's gonna cause you to not be with the person that you really want to be with. And I'll say this too, guys, ladies, stop going for the freakiest person that you can go with. Sometimes that person that's not that experienced, you missing out on your blessing. For sure, for sure.
Well, I think it all comes down to expectations, Mike. Like I said, Number one, it's a blessing to have somebody. You know what I'm saying? We forget that. Like, it's a blessing to have somebody look out for you. It's a blessing to have somebody that's going to want to do for you unconditionally. It's a blessing to have people that love you. We
Correct.
take that for granted so much, man. Because we don't understand how hard it is to create real relationships, Mike. How hard is it to make real friends, bro? You've been in this world for a minute, Mike. How many real friends do you actually
Man,
get?
I can count, and I'm gonna be real. I can count on two hands how many real friends I got.
Think about that, Mike. You've been around the world. You done traveled. You done been around. You done been in the industry. You done been around, Mike.
And
People
my
don't
dad then
understand.
said, "Is you lucky if you can count on one hand how many friends you got?
I mean, but he
True
not
friends."
wrong. It's just how many real people that you got that if something go wrong, you can call and get something. They look out
True.
for you.
And I ain't mean to be on my soapbox about relationships, bro, but I
You,
just I
this
just
was
feel
your
that we
section, fam. You was cooking. You don't have to
I
stop.
just feel that we let so many outside entities dictate
Keep going. Get it off your chest.
what we got going on, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real, like your mom could have so much influence, but at the end of the day, it's just you and that person.
Always. At the end of the day, it's you. Your mom is not a part of you and your family. We got to remember that, Mike. When you have your own family, you create new. You
Hmm.
and that person are a new family, not kids, not you and kids. You and that spouse.
Hmm.
So y'all are creating y'all own intermediate family. So when
Correct.
they say where the intermediate family come down, Mike, that's you and your wife. That's you and your partner. That's you and your spouse now. Y'all are creating your own new family. So that
Correct.
means before, if anything happens, Mike, if some God forbid we get sick, they have the right to say pull the cord, keep the cord. That's what they have access to now.
Correct.
It's not mama. That's why they say, Mike, when you have your ceremony and your wedding, we forget the principles of it, Mike. The parents pay for the ceremony, right? The mother's side
Hmm.
of the parents, they pay for it to give you away because you are no longer part of our family.
Correct.
The dad gives you away and says, you go away to that new family, we're cutting you off from ours. Your job is to maintain and keep your new family while we give you a leg up in the ceremony for it. That's why
Correct.
it's such a big deal. Because they have
Correct.
to leave the household. That's why they say, Mike, cleave and decree. You remember those sayings?
Correct.
You gotta do
Cleave
that.
and decree.
That means
Hey,
no
but
outside
bro,
influence. Go ahead.
before we end, bro,
Yeah.
I always gotta end on a spiritual note. So it's an old song that says there's a storm out on the ocean, right? And it's moving this way. And if your soul's not anchored in Jesus, you will surely drift away. And I'll say this, right? If you are not anchored into, I don't care what your religion is, and I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he died on the cross and all that, right? But if your soul is not connected to something, you are just out here manifesting and doing things on your own, and that's not safe. The higher power always has to be attached to you because the higher power allows you to do the things that you are able to do. Without the higher power, we are nothing. Yes, he gives us free will, but it comes back full circle to depend on him. And our only sole purpose in life is to teach and reach. And so I'm leaving y'all with this. If you live your life for God because God is the only thing that will keep us connected to our souls.
Mike, fire note, dog family. Wait, where your link set, Mike? Drop them. Tell them what you got going on for 2025, dog. New year, new you, or same year, same OG? What's going on?
Oh man, actually, it's not new year, new me, or same year, same OG. It's old me developing me
Mmm.
because some of
Mmm.
the things that I've took with me from 2024, I have to keep the same. But it's not a new me. It's a me getting. It's an elevated me. So new old me, elevated me,
Mmm.
developed me.
That's
Um,
good. What
I
you
I
developing
really
this year? Talk to the people.
I want to lose weight this year, so I'm gonna
Okay.
be fasting and just being prayerful and eating correctly. You met me when I was skinny, and now I'm fat. So I would like to lose some pounds for sure, and I would like to just be better in business wise and finance wise, bro. I just need that money, and I'm gonna do what I can and to make it passive money, where we making bread when we sleep. I'm tired of waking up every morning and making money for somebody else. I need to make money for myself. That's
You
why I'm at
will,
this
man.
year.
We're working hard now to get these little foundation steps solidified, man. Trust me, little things gonna come, Mike. Long as we got the motion coming, everything else will come up in the back end. We getting the steps in, you getting everything. As we see the growth, you gonna see it, dog. Remember, you are putting in your 10,000 hours right now. You putting it in every time. You putting in your work. So now when it's time to say, hey, Mike, we're going to add this on your music tip. You're going to do music reviews. I'm going to have to get you got your logo ready. I'm going to say, Mike, you got to tap in every time a new album out. You got to give a review. You know how to hold the mic by yourself now. So that's coming. I got that cooking for you, dog. I'm telling you, Mike, I need you. As soon as the new album drop, rap, country, you got to give a review on.
Hey, that's what's up. You already know I love music, so that ain't nothing for me.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You got to give the engineers take. That's something that we got down the pipeline. I got cooking for you. I'm going to get for you right. I'm going to figure out how to do it. That's going to be yours. I want you to have that in your pocket. You promote, we're going to get you right. Trust me. So money is going to be coming to you. That's why we're working hard, fam. Also, man, drop your social. Tell people they meet you.
Hey, come holler at me. Where McCall at? That's Instagram. Come holler at me, Mikey McCall on Facebook. If you need prayer, if you need somebody to talk to, I know mental health is real, and I'm a mental health advocate and an ally. So hit me up, man. You wanna? Hey, don't hit me up to holler at me though. I ain't on that. Just hit me up. If you need somebody to talk to. If you need somebody to be a spiritual advisor, I'm not a pastor, but I do have a degree in theology, and I will be there for you. Pray with you, mentor you, and teach you. Holla at me.
And if you need anything with audio mixing, how they get
audio engineering, podcast consulting, podcast recording, podcast, anything music. If I can't do it, I know somebody that can. And also, I'm adding video to the repertoire, being that I work at the TV station now. So holla at me.
Man, that's all it is. Mike, good to see you, family. Chop it on in. Where McCall at? Find him. Post him. He gonna see you. See you 2025, fam.
All right, bro. I love you, bro.
Love you too. Peace. As Mike, we getting into that, man. We chiming into the late section, y'all. I want to thank y'all for having this section about a real conversation about where we are in America. Today's topic was heavy on the subject about Victor Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, and other things that we went on. We tapped in about Finesse2Tyme, about black fatherhood and the good and the bad side, mentioning Coach Prime. We tapped in about workers. We tapped in about politics. We even tapped in about the boule crowd in Black America. The whole reason why we do this live on Sundays, y'all, as Mike said it, it's a therapy movement. We do it as therapy. Because number one, you got to keep your records updated. You got to know what's going on in these streets. You got to know what's going on with the talking points. And you have to understand where the world is shifting to. We discuss politics all the time because politics is life. It imitates what we do. It follows the work ethic. It goes into why it is so powerful and it influences everything. As King Crowder, as your host, man, I want you to know you can find me on all platforms, social media. What I got going on 2025, y'all, I'm trying to create it to another level. Money on my own, keep getting promotion, keep working hard, take care of my family. Graduation is done. Now we can start building and saving to our own home ownership program that we can do in Houston, Texas. Southside is where we're going to reside. Save more money. Start the coaching and speaking. If you need anything, sales, business, management, that's all hugely my background. That's what I love to focus on. I love to give a game on. Plus working with fellas, any type of thing you may need, man. That's what I'm really want to focus on 2025. I'm excited about it. I'm also excited to keep the channel growing. I'm in the urge to hit 1,000, 3,000 worst hours. I'm trying to get myself monetized. That's my next goal, man. I'm excited to see myself after 1 year of live really coming together. I'm also going to keep with the historical videos. I know I'm falling off some, but I'm going to get back in my bag and keep teaching because I love to do that as well. This motion, this vision, this term, everything I got going on, man, is truly exciting. And I'm excited to see how far it will grow. With yourself, remember, as the last 2 days of this year, was it the 29th, right? Reflect. Think on it. Did you do everything that you wanted to do 2024? Did you laugh? Did you smile? Did you joke? Did you check on your people? Did you text your family? Did you get enough New Year's celebration? Do you get love? Do people love you? Do they call you? Do they check on you? If not, make it a change 2025. Make sure you're there for people. Make sure you show up. Make sure you give love. Make sure you give guidance. Make sure anything you are expecting, you are given. Make sure that the love that you mentioned is given back full circle. It is I, your boy, King Crowder, back again with the Crowder Gang with another edition of Live on Sunday. If you didn't know, if you're new to the channel, comment, like, and subscribe. I'm so excited to see y'all here. I'm so excited to see y'all keep going back. I love you. Hopefully you enjoy your rest of your week. Enjoy the last 2 days of 2024. I'm going to be so excited to see y'all in 2025, baby. Remember, it's not what we just say. It's also what we do. Again, it's your boy, King Crowder, back again. Until next time, peace.